Hello everyone and welcome to the Investigamer, the show where we don't just play the games, we explore them. And sports. Yeah, you might be able to tell that I'm not much of a sports ball fan myself. I feel like as a proud member of the VGNA, that's the Video Game Nerd Association, I feel it's my solemn duty to stay as far away from sports ball as I can. But that's where the heroes at EA Sports swoop in to save the day. EA Sports turns 30 this year, and although they started out as nothing more than a marketing gimmick known as the EA Sports Network, they've grown into the juggernaut in gaming we know today. Towering above pretenders to the throne such as 2K Sports and Konami, EA Sports has cemented itself, for better or for worse, as synonymous with the sports video game genre. I mean, you think sports, you think ugh. You think sports games, you think EA Sports. They've made games for all the big sporting events like golf, college football, NASCAR racing, Australian Rugby League, cricket, Major League Baseball, Australian football, FIFA managers, college basketball, boxing, superbike racing, snowboarding, Formula 1, rugby union, street basketball, street American football, street football, college baseball, arena football, personal training, tennis, mixed martial arts, American football but this time for mutants, ice hockey for mutants, American football for Americans, actual basketball, actual ice hockey, proper football, and finally mixed martial arts again, but this time with Anthony Joshua. Now, I'm sure all of these sports balls would be great to talk about, but as a British citizen, personally there's no other EA Sports series I'd rather talk about than Madden NFL. Madden NFL, or John Madden Football as it was formerly known, is a series of games centered around American football, named after none other than, you guessed it, John Madden. It started in 1988 with the release of my favourite box art of all time, along with some game or something with it. And ever since, there's been a brand new Madden branded NFL game every year. This brings us to today's topic, the frightful Madden Curse. The Madden Curse, named so because it's a curse that affects Madden games. More specifically, the cover players. Let me explain. The year is
1998.
Garrison Hurst, a running back for the San Francisco 49ers, was named as the first ever cover player for Madden 99. Hurst led his 49ers to the playoffs only to break his ankle in a second round game against the Atlanta Falcons. The following year had a twofer, as although neither player was injured like Hurst, they both injured their club with their actions. Barry Sanders was named as the cover player for Madden 2000, however, after he was named as the cover player, he retired out of nowhere. This caused EA Sports to panic and pick another player for the coveted cover spot, and the then up-and-coming star Dorsey Levens was picked. Levens went on to be dropped from the starting roster of the Green Bay Packers as an injury was hampering him. This trend continues to a scary degree. Madden 2001, Eddie George of the Tennessee Titans had a stellar career, was named the cover player. He'd botched a pass, it was intercepted by the Baltimore Ravens, ended the Titans season. Madden 2002, Daunte Culpepper of the Minnesota Vikings, named as the cover player. A few months later, suffered a knee injury against the Pittsburgh Steelers and had to miss the rest of the season. This was the first time that the idea of a Madden Curse would be employed to explain a player's bad performance after starring on the cover. Madden 2003, Marshall Faulk, running back for the St. Louis Rams. After he was named the cover player for this year, he was no longer able to rush over 1,000 yards. His yardage continued to decline, and in 2006 he missed the entire season due to surgery on his knee. Madden 04, the Falcons' time to star this time round, and Michael Vick got the honour. Very shortly after being named the cover boy, he fractured his right fibula during a preseason game, forcing him to miss the first 11 games of the season. Madden 2005 saw Ray Lewis of the Baltimore Ravens take his turn in the spotlight. His next season wasn't exactly stellar, and the season after this, Lewis tore his right hamstring, forcing him to end his season early. Madden 2006 saw the Philly Eagles quarterback Donovan McNabb take the spotlight. McNabb caught the curse hard. He was on track for a huge year in 2005 when he picked up a groin injury that sent him to the reserves for the rest of the season. And the following season, when he'd recovered, he tore his ACL, or anterior cruciate ligament, in his right knee, and was again sidelined for the rest of the season. Madden 2007. And it's Sean Alexander of the Seattle Seahawks turn. A legendary rusher in the NFL up until that point, he played in the 2006 season, broke his knee in week 3, and then in 2007, he went on to fracture his wrist, sprain his knee, and sprain his ankle. Madden 08 saw another double whammy of Vince Young of the Tennessee Titans and Louis Castillo of the San Diego Chargers. Young injured his quadricep, came back, re-injured himself, and then was transferred to a backup role following this. He then went on to injure his knee in the first week of the 2008 season. Castillo missed a significant amount of the 2007 season due to being sidelined by a knee injury. And it goes on. Madden 09, Brett Favre of the Green Bay Packers quit the league, came back to the league in the New York Jets, injured his right shoulder. Madden 10, Civil War. Larry Fitzgerald of the Arizona Cardinals and the Pittsburgh Steelers at Troy Polamalu. Fitzgerald dodged the curse. Polamalu, therefore, caught the full brunt of the curse, spraining his MCL, the medial collateral ligament, and later in the same season, injured his posterior cruciate ligament. Madden 11, Drew Brees, the quarterback for the New Orleans Saints, led the New Orleans Saints to playoff defeat in the first week of the postseason. Madden 12, Peyton Hillis of the Cleveland Browns, caught strep throat, injured his hamstring, was not re-signed the following year. Madden 25, Adrian Peterson, running back for the Minnesota Vikings, came back from injury, scored the first carry of the game. Sounds great, but he ended up being retired from this season for an aggravated injury affecting his performance. Madden 17, Rob Gronkowski of the New England Patriots. Had a lingering hamstring injury, but pulled through, setting the Patriots up for a good season. Until they went up against the Seattle Seahawks, where he received a massive hit from Earl Thomas, causing him to have a pulmonary contusion, and he had a herniated disc, causing him to drop out of the game against the New York Jets. This injury forced him to watch the Patriots win from the sideline. Madden 19, Antonio Brown, Pittsburgh Steelers. He had no problem in this season following his cover debut, but during the off-season, Brown had a tense argument with fellow Steeler Ben Roethlisberger, causing him to sit out of practice and miss the final game of 2018. Brown requested a transfer and went to the Oakland Raiders. Madden 2020, Patrick Mahomes II of the Kansas City Chiefs. Possibly the only person to have overcome the curse. He was announced to be out of the 2019 season with a knee injury, but it wasn't as serious as initially thought, and he went back to lead the Chiefs to the Super Bowl win against the 49ers, 31-20. There have also been a couple of years that the curse took a break on. Madden 13, Calvin Johnson, what a name, of the Detroit Lions. He set a new record for receiving and for 100 yards games, whatever that means. Madden 15, Richard Sherman of the Seattle Seahawks. He led the team's defense, helping them secure a spot in the Super Bowl, unfortunately losing to the Patriots. Madden 16, Odell Beckham Jr., New York Giants. His game increased from the year before and was named to his second consecutive Pro Bowl. Madden 18, Tom Brady of the New England Patriots. Need I say more? And that brings us to Madden 21. Lamar Jackson, quarterback for the Baltimore Ravens, was announced last year as the cover boy for the 2020 season. But since the season didn't finish till February, we still need to wait and see if Jackson is going to fall foul of the curse or rise above it. Personally, I wouldn't rate my chances with the NFL that high at all. Largely because I'm fat and British, so I'd never make the NFL poster boy team anyway. But also because I'm chock full of knee injuries, like a stiff breeze and my knees would snap in half. But as the old saying goes, as long as tomorrow the sun rises and you don't wake up with Madden across your chest, it's gonna be a good day. No. I did it! I didn't fall foul of the Madden Curse. I woke up with Madden on my shirt. I'm okay. I beat you. Oh, my leg. Ow. Oh, that hurt. Yeah. Okay.